maybe Saturday. But if not, it'll be Tuesday. But I mean, still, he got the hard part done. He got the part he wanted to get done, which was bring the shale in and get it packed. And the rain didn't do nothing but help pack the shale. So I mean, it actually looks like it's sunk now. So I'm thinking he's probably going to have to bring some more in. But yeah, no, we're doing good. It was crazy week. But hopefully all the stress is gone. Everything is working better. Oh, we got one of the guys that comes on the lives. He has just got his. I shared it out to everybody. He put his first video out, and you guys need to show some love and check out his channel. Subscribe just like I did. And he's one of us. He's on the East Coast. And his son does dirt tracks, and he builds cars and just loves hot rods, and show him some love. All right. But I shared it out to everybody. And so you guys check it out. But him and his wife and his son, they're good people. I mean, they're really good people. Top notch. You guys need to check out his new channel. It's my memory's getting so bad. I'll put a link to his YouTube channel when I do the redo to post it to the regular channel, so you guys can get a link and check it out.
Scar says, watched it dang rain. Glad ground is broken and work is on its way.
That was done was could be the biggest problem, was getting the big trucks in there and getting it back out. It was dry long enough. He got it cut. He got it in. So now it's just a matter of forming everything up and starting to do it. And then we had to wait for the building company. We had to find out if it needed the footing to have a ledge on it called a sheet edge for the footing itself. And so we waited till Monday morning to hear that news. But by the time Monday morning came around, it was already raining. Because, of course, nobody answers your phone call at Saturday afternoon. But on top of all that, we've had several things going on. Sunday, I got a video dropping. I don't know if you noticed, but that one's in a different position. And the one that's covered up in all the boxes and the t-shirts and the towels and everything, it's sitting right here on the stand. We are going to build another one. And we're going to build this one as cheap as possible. I'm trying to get in under $1,200 for a small block build. But this one is new pistons, resized rods, rings, bearings, gaskets, the whole 9 yards, everything out of the machine shop. I had a machine 3 years ago. It's been sitting in the corner all this time. And it was in one of my first videos that I made. It was a video called Score. And a buddy of mine had come up with this engine out of a van and took it apart, and I got the crank sitting there, and I got all the tins, and I got all the bits and pieces. About the only thing I might need to be able to pick up will be an oil pump and a pickup tube. Other than that, I have everything in the box on the shelves to put this engine together, and I'm going to put it, like, video's coming out Sunday, and I'm using it as filler as the build goes on. So just keep it. This one's going to be a fun one. This one's going to be, I'm going to do everything right. Plastic gauge, using the mics on it, make sure everything is right. This one is going to be done instead of just taking one that was in a truck and just putting gaskets in it, redoing it. I'm going to actually do a build, step by step by step, set up the camera and explain exactly what I'm doing. If you're here and you're watching, like always, smash that like button. Help support the channel. Check out a t-shirt, a hat, something, mug, cup. Grandma's tired today. She didn't sleep well last night, and she had to work today, so she's already over there already yawning.
Yep. Glad the ground is broken and work is on its way. And congrats on the groundbreaking for the shop. Good evening, sir. What new motor and cheap? Awesome. Love watching that. Can't wait for the transmission rebuild too once shop's in.
Yeah, I gotta get Uncle Mike over here and do that for this build, because I think I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to put that one in the drag truck first or put that one in the drag truck. But that one's going to be all brand new. I mean, new everything. It's 40 over, 4-bolt main. You guys want to see it before I start putting stuff on it? I mean, I actually did throw some paint on it just for shits and giggles. But I mean, it's like I said, I got everything. Here, I'll take it for a tour. All right. Look at there. Look at how pretty that is. There ain't nothing prettier than freshly machined. Well, this is not freshly machined. This is 3 years old, and I sprayed it down with WD-40. I put a t-shirt over it, and it's been sitting in that corner where that one's sitting for 3 years. And look how, I mean, I didn't have to do nothing but just wipe the cylinders for the dust. I mean, like I said, everything's new freeze plugs, machines work's done. You can tell it's some WD-40 sitting in the valley, but I mean, she's slick. 4-bolt main, 40 over. And then I've got all kinds of stuff. I've got a full gasket set here. I've got a gasket set up there. And here are the pistons. They're cast. They're 40 over, brand news. Resized rods, all reconditioned, resized. You know, they've been sitting for a little while, but I mean, they're brand new, never been run. And, you know, tins and pans and all kinds of stuff. You know, I got stuff everywhere. But this is going to be a lot of fun. But this is going to be the filler stuff for the videos between the builds. Oh, the other thing, I got this. I had a company send me this. This is a cool little caddy. It comes, and it took me a couple minutes to put together, but it's got hangers and stuff, and it has its own plug-in, so it has its own strip, and you can put all your stuff on there, hang everything. I don't have a lot of stuff on there, but think about that. Just having a project and just rolling it right up to it and just going to town. Yeah. Oh, and this was my birthday present. The kids and the wife got me this. Boom, boom. This is the big one. This sucker is heavy duty. Ain't got to use it yet, but I think this will twist something in half if I try. Brushless, awesome. So, but this is a cool little, Christina got me this. She thought, you need something to roll around and everything. But no, I had to throw some paint on it just because I had half a can left, and I threw some paint on it just for fun. But, I mean, it doesn't get any slicker and sweeter than that. And I'll take the block and I'll sand it so that mate's good. And we're probably going to use the 882s and port them out real heavy to get them flowing good. But, yeah, good time. Lots of fun. And I'm going to try, like I said, I'm going to try to get that one done. Right now, for the machine work and everything I've had done to it, I'm $525 in. That's $525 sitting on the stand. So I'm hoping to get done with this for $1,200. A really nice, fresh, everything new build, everything mic'd, everything the way it's supposed to be for $1,200. I'm hoping to come underneath the wire on that deal. I really do, but we're going to have a lot of fun with that one. We have some questions?
Let's see. Looking forward to the complete build. That's awesome. Pretty. The motor there. Cool. Organization is a key. Success. Great cart. Impact will be loved.
Yep. I'll be using and abusing that impact a lot because yeah, just for like U-bolts and things like that, the ones that are tough, the ones you have to take a brake bar to, that thing's got 1,400 foot-pounds of twist off on it. That's what's advertised, and I'm going to test it. Yeah, but it's nice. It's nice. Junior got it up for everybody off of the parts truck. You know, but hey, I'm happy. Happy. I've needed a big one for a long time. I've had the need for a while, and it does great for tearing front ends apart, you know, and unbolting things real quick and zipping things off. But just for needing some serious grunt, that thing will twist in your hand when you hit it. I mean, it's got a lot of torque involved. So I got the video for the unveiling and the taking it apart and cleaning it up video for Sunday, and I got the crankshaft right there. I got to clean it up and then get some plastic gauge and get the bearings out that I already have on the shelf, and get the bearings out and see how we're doing for plastic gauge. So that'll be the some down the line, but this is going to be just when I have time kind of thing, because there's been a lot going on. You guys got any questions? All right. Other than that, there hasn't any real new news. Like I said, I haven't bugged the concrete guy because I know it's raining. He can't get in there. I mean, I'm glad. It's funny part is that you know, he watched the weather, and I told him Monday morning. I said, "All right, listen, go get your dump truck and go get your skid steer and get all your gear out of the backyard, because if it starts raining like they say it's going to rain, it's not going to move for a month." And I mean, he no more got the trailer hooked up and the dump truck hooked to the trailer and the skid steer on the trailer, and he put it in gear. It started raining. He no more got out of the yard, and it started raining. So, and gully washing all Monday. Yeah, he wouldn't get it out.
I wanted to pick up some Vortec heads, but I'm worried the exhaust ports won't match my headers. Would I need to pick up a new set of headers to match the Vortec heads?
It depends on the year they're made. The ones when they first come out, you know, GM is real good at everything up. Some of them have you know, might have to like oblong a hole here and there, you know, but that would be something that I would call up if you're gonna like do like a Jags or a Speedway or whatever. Call up the company you're buying it from and get on the tech line and just verify that. You know, because there's several different variations, like with the square bodies and stuff. There's two-wheel drive and there's four-wheel drive, and the four-wheel drives are completely different because of the suspension, and Vortex are different than, you know, and OBS is different than. It's just, there's a lot of variations there. I suggest calling the tech line so that those guys know what they're doing. They've been down this road. They'll hook you up with exactly what you need for the platform you're putting it in or doing it for.
Okay. Curtis says, definitely share the tool part numbers you use when you rebuild your motor like you've been doing. It's helpful.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys have noticed on the descriptions of my videos, it's the list of things I've been using is getting longer and longer and longer. Every time I use something new, it goes on the list for links for Amazon or whatever, or Speedway or Jags or Summit, whatever it is. Jake says they have like an affiliate program, but I have not had any luck signing up for it. I guess you got to be invited to it or something. And Summit doesn't do it. So Speedway doesn't do it either. So Jake's the only one I know that has a affiliate program. But like I said, everything that I use, I'll get a link in the description so you guys have easy pickings, so you can just pop on it and go right to it.
How should I paint my 262 V8 Chevy motor?
Hey, you just saw the pictures. I'm a Chevy orange guy. Everything I've built for the last 40 years has been Chevy orange. Now, I've had friends do white. I've had friends do yellow. I've had friends do purple. I mean, but to me, nothing is as cool. Now, I even painted when nothing's cool as Chevy orange, okay? But like when Kenny's four-wheel drive, when he was in high school, 12 years ago, it came in, a good wrench motor, 3-year, 50,000 mile warranty, brand new in the box from Jake's. They were running at $1,099, free delivery, just drop it on your doorstep. And he blew his motor up and he worked all summer long. We bought it. First thing I did was taped it off and painted it orange. I mean, I'm just a Chevy orange purist. I just am. I mean, I just am. That's what I'm going to paint it, orange. And if you ask for my opinion, what color you should paint a small block, orange. Because of course, like even on my level, my dad's favorite my dad's racing colors. He was a quarter horse trainer, and his colors were black and orange, and black, orange, and chrome. The only way to go for me. I mean, I'll be doing that till the day I go under the dirt. Black, orange, and chrome.
Marvin says, I have a 350 that was rebuilt and ran great for about 5,000 miles. It was then parked for the last 20. Do I pull the motor and have it rebuilt, or do I just change the fluids and clean the fuel system and try it?
Change the fluids, clean the fuel system, a half a cup of Marvel Mystery Oil in the crankcase when you start it up, pull the plugs and take a squirter and put straight Marvel in the cylinders and turn it over by hand. Because even though it's been sitting and you think it's sealed, but air and moisture get up in the cylinders. So you got to break it a little loose. It's got to have some detergent in there to get it loose. So don't hit it with the starter. Don't put a battery on it. Take the crank bolt and use a cheater and use a bar and turn it with a ratchet. Turn it over 3 or 4 or 5 times, but get that juice in the cylinders with the plugs out to get it lubricated. And I'm a Marvel Mystery guy, and it's the best detergent out there. You can use ATF, automatic transmission fluid. It's kind of the same thing, but it's not as good as Marvel. If you have it, go ahead and use ATF. If you want to go to Walmart and spend $12, you can get some Marvel. But that's what I would do. I would clean the fuel system. I would blow out the carburetor, change filters, change fluids, and then if it turns over a hand and you let it sit for a couple, 3 days and let that Marvel do its thing, put the plugs back, hit the starter, let it shoot all that stuff out of the cylinders, put the plug back in. It's going to smoke a little bit when you start it up, but that is the safest way to start one that's been sitting for a long time. And that's the same process I did. I have a video. I had a motor that was in a truck that was supposed to have been badass. Well, it's the motor that's in Bamalam right now. And I did that same process. And it runs like top. It smoked for about the first 5-6 minutes of running, but now you start it up, not a puff, not nothing. Runs like a Timex, tick, tick, and just, yeah, nice. Just do that process. And if you want to go back and watch that video, it'll walk you step by step on how to do it.
Okay, what would cause a starter to engage nice and smooth to the first flex plate all the way around until the one certain spot, and then it grinds like heck? I've been under the car and cannot see a bad spot.
It still has a bad spot. If it's that's a bad spot on the flywheel. And I know it's a lot of work and a pain in the ass to pull the tranny off of it and change the flywheel. But if you get it off and you look at it, I can almost guarantee you there's going to be a bad tooth on that, because it's not going to be the Bendix on the starter, or it would be like every, a starter has about 5 or 6 hits on it, right? Spots. If it's turning over and all of a sudden catching a spot, it's a spot in the starter. And I'd almost bet, now I'm just thinking about it, that there's a little bit of a wobble in the flywheel. It's warped a little bit or something. There'll be a bad tooth or two, or it'll be warped. But either way, gotta pull the tranny or just back tranny off, and change that flywheel out. And you'll find it if you pull the flywheel off, because if it was the starter, it would be doing it 15 times rotation instead of just one full rotation and hitting a bad spot. So it's your flywheel.
Okay. Curtis says, Jason, sounds like it's a starter issue that's happened to me. Raymond says, what I mean is, could I just paint it orange, or would I have to primer it first so it would look better?
Well, this is the way I painted this one, and I only had like a quarter of a can left, and it did a pretty good job. But the thing with engine paint is you got to let it cure a long time, at least 24 hours, without messing with it, touching it. So I've never primered an engine to paint it. Never had a problem. but I make sure it's degreased. I use brake clean and acetone or whatever I have for some kind of solvent. I'll wipe it down, tape it off, and then I shoot it. But I shoot 2 coats. I shoot a tack coat, and then I shoot a heavy coat. And it's usually about 15 minutes in between. And I've never had a problem with flaking. I've never had a problem with it coming off. It's just, it turns out pretty good. But I've never primered an engine, ever. I've just really cleaned the surface heavy. And a lot of people, like online now, they're like taking torches and they're cooking the fluid, the water out of it, because metal is porous. And if you put a heater to it, it's going to sweat. But I've never done that either and never had a problem. It's just, you got to remember, you got to clean the surface really good. And then a tack coat, real light tack coat, and let that set up for 15 minutes. And then a nice heavy regular coat, and you shouldn't have any problems. I mean, that's the way I've done all of them for all these years and never had an issue. Which all other ways are great if you want to take a heater to it and bake all the liquid out of it, and then put the paint to it. But I mean, no, I've never primered an engine and then painted it.
Have you ever seen wood or cork block off the rear water jack on a 69 350 SBC heads?
The cork gasket bake off the back end? I've seen a lot of weird shit. I mean, I've seen a lot of goo and grunge and everything, but I've never seen one really bake off. I mean, that's a cooling issue, but I'm sure it's probably happened. But I gotta admit, I'm pretty lucky. I've never had a rear, like a valley gasket, blow and just shoot engine oil onto the firewall. Never had that problem. I mean, I'm pretty careful with the valley gaskets and stuff when it comes to intakes, and also with the water jackets. I mean, if you think about it, yeah, I mean, a better design for an intake manifold would be a crossover on the backside somehow, just to keep water flowing, keep the heads cooler. But I mean, it's the way they're designed. I mean, there hasn't been an issue for 50 years or 70 years. It just comes up to the wall and it hits it. If it's not sealed correctly, it'll mess up.
Hey, Uncle Buck, I just bought, just about got my C10 running. I bought it as an incomplete project. It was rebuilt from a shop and that I verified. Has Summit 1102 cam, so I've got to do the brakes.
Booster.
Got to do the brake in the process.
Yep. The brake vacuum canister for the brakes. Yep.
I did a quick test fire for a sec. It fired right up. Question is, what initially timing should I aim for? 10 degrees?
I do
Good.
8. I do 8 degrees off the crank with the vacuum off the carburetor. I do 8. And if you have an adjustable, 36 degrees total timing tops for a small block. But I usually shoot for like 8 degrees before top dead center. That's been my go-to for 40 years. 8 degrees. 10 is fine. 10 will get it up and running. You can fine tune it and hit it by ear and play with it. But I try to shoot for 8 on idle without vacuum.
Okay, let's see. Jason says, brand new starter, LOL. Curtis says, crap. Jimmy says, no blocked off. Jimmy, inside the heads. I messed it up. Raymond. TLC says, okay, thank you.
You're very, very welcome. Like I said, if you guys are just joining, smash that like button. It really helps everything. Check out T-shirt. Support the channel a little bit. I mean, this build is going to be a couple of bucks out of pocket. So anything you guys like to send to help would be very appreciated.
TLC says, how's the shop coming?
Shop it. Dirt is broken. We've broken ground, and we've had all the shale and topsoil brung in. A lot of loads. And then we've had rain for the whole week. So we're on standby. But as soon as the pad gets poured, I can call the building company and get them on the ball. And 3 weeks to 5 weeks later, after that, I have the kit dropped on the pad. And then within 5 business days of the kit for the building getting dropped on the pad, the load of guys shows up, everything goes up in the air. And I'll be documenting all of it. It'll be like that kind of stuff. YouTube is kind of funny. That kind of stuff, they love lives. But when it comes to stuff other than like engine builds, how to do things like that, I try to put them out like on Tuesdays because the algorithm, YouTube knows who to send what video out to. That's what they do. And when I do something different than what I normally do, it really doesn't know what to do with it. That's why like the video for the engine will get a lot of views, but the video for the shop will get a third of that, or even less, because it's not my normal postings. But I'm going to keep doing them. So that's why if you guys are here and you haven't done yet, hit that bell. That way you get an alert on your phone or on your television or whatever it is, that whenever I put something new out, because I'll be dropping stuff on Tuesdays a lot, because that's what I'm going to put the shop stuff on. The Sundays is still going to be the how-to, the engine stuff, the building, everything that comes along with building a car.
Curtis says, I wonder, Jimmy, was your original question misinterpreted? Let's see here. Go back and find it. Have you ever seen wood or cork block off to the rear water jack on a 69 350 SB heads?
Okay, when you say that, are you talking about like the head has actually got something in the water jacket on the backside by the distributor blocking it off? Because like a regular manifold gasket will have that square, but you silicone it, and like an intake manifold doesn't have a passage. Are you talking about like there was something actually put in the head on the backside on both of them to like block them off, just for a precaution? Is that what you're talking about?
I apologize. He says, trucking, I apologize. Yes.
Yeah. Now, I haven't seen that. I mean, I've seen a lot of goo end up hitting that intake manifold and just sitting there and congealing and stuff you have to scrape out of the head.
Wood, yes. Wood, yes.
They put wood in it? Wow. That's new. I've pulled a lot of junkers home and tore a lot of engines apart. I never seen that where they shoved wood in it. That's kind of shady as hell, as if you ask me. I've never seen that. Never come across that one before. That's a new one on me.
TLC says, believe you had a video on info SBC heads. I'm still trying to figure if the ones I have a good for power or not. Have you had any experience with some of the knockoff Chinese aluminum heads?
Don't. I know they're cheaper, but they are. The Chinese have been stealing designs for a long time. I mean, I even saw the other day that Temu has aluminum heads. I wouldn't even no. Buy American. When it comes to your heads, don't buy Chinese knockoffs. I know they're half the price. There's a reason they're half the price, because they don't fit good, and you're going to have nothing but headaches. Okay, the materials are just junk. I mean, if you're going to pull the trigger. That way you have peace of mind that you're getting. I mean, now I'm going to tell you, like, unless they're Brodix, which they have their own foundry in Mena, Arkansas, which is about an hour and 15 minutes away from me. Okay, if they're Edelbrock, if they're whatever they are, They are produced, the heads are produced in China, but they come over and they get machined over here. Temu doesn't do that step. The Chinese stuff, they just make everything over there and they use as cheap of materials as possible. The problem we're having with the lifters, they're as cheap as possible. They're not hardening everything. They're substandard. They look pretty when they show up, but they don't fit good. They don't seal good. They don't last. Please don't buy Chinese heads.
Let's see. TLC says my head casting number is 14102-193. Has 2 parallel lines casting mark.
193s. Okay, take that. Okay, take that number and just punch it in on Google, cylinder head casting number, and it'll pull all that stuff up. Okay. I have the old Holly books and stuff that has that information of what flows good and what doesn't, big block, small block. I mean, I got a library of books just like this tall of resource material, but I mean, really simple, just real quick. Just punch that number into Google and it'll pull it up. It's there. You'll be able to find out your information, if it's good, if it's bad, if it's what there'll be people talking about it, whether it's good or bad. It's a great resource. Just put the number in Google. You're good.
No Chinese heads. Alibaba has them too. LOL. I'm really not good at painting car bodies and engines.
Well, all I use is a rattle can, and I think it turned out pretty good.
Chinese intakes suck too.
Yes, they do. Same thing. They're just making knockoffs, and they're not, because once you've bought them, how are you going to return them? If you're dealing with Edelbrock, if you're dealing with Brodix, if you're dealing with AFR, they bought them. They bought 1,000 castings from China, brought them over here, and machined them over here themselves. If they mess up, you have a resource of sending them back, or if they're wrong or whatever. If you buy straight from China for a knockoff, they ain't bringing it. They ain't taking it back.
You're spinning. It may just be me.
Okay, Christina says we're lagging. Am I good? Or is it her phone? Do we have the spinning wheel of death on my phone?
Nope.
Okay. You guys hear me okay? Everything's okay? Have any lagging issues on y'all's end?
Okay. Let's see. Dave says, would be great review to get a set of Temu heads and run them and see what happens.
Okay. Well, let's just do this then. Okay, let's just say I don't want to spend my money on a Chinese head. Okay. If you guys want to start a fund and send me money so I can spend it so we can do the deal, fine. But I'm not spending my money on that crap. I'm just not. Okay. It would be fun to do, but I'm not wasting the money because I just don't trust them.
Curtis says, I don't want to see that circulate in the SBS world.
Mm-hmm. What is it? Yours is yours?
Yeah, it's blocked. I can't see nothing now.
Christina's phone's messing up.
So it's time to get another one.
Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. Okay, we've had these phones for 2 years and 10 months on a 3-year plan. Okay, we've been paying for them, and they're about to be paid off. And now all of a sudden, our phones are starting to mess up. I want to know, does that happen with you? I mean, I got an S23, and we got some S8s that I use the S8s to do work just fine. That I did time lapses with the breaking ground. I just set it on a tripod and did it because I have to have my phone during the day, and so I had extras. But do y'all's phones messed up as soon as they're about to be paid off? You guys tell me. Are you still spinning Wheel of Death?
I lost everything.
Wow. Can you see mine?
Yeah.
Is it working?
I don't see anything coming up.
Okay. Tell me if I'm lagging. All right, right now. Tell me if I'm lagging. Well, come on over. Come closer, sweetie.
Yeah.
She's playing with my phone right now because her phone's messing up.
Yeah. Let's see.
Technology. Sometimes it's great. Sometimes it sucks.
Okay. I do have some issues getting front end mounting brackets and whatnot, comparing to slapping LS swaps together.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, right now, you know who is fighting with you know who, and they're doing the whole thing. And it might get a little hairy here for a while until somebody in the game of chicken gives, you know. So I think I'm more than happy to work with what is already on the shelves sitting in the parts stores right now in case I need something.
Okay. Raymond says I tried to paint my valve covers and I had run-ons and paint drips.
Oh, okay. Hey, it's a learning experience. I mean, I'm not the perfect painter either. You guys have seen my videos. I'm a rattle can king, but I mean, I get drips. It happens.
Okay. Dave says I paid off my phone last month and immediately the battery tanks and won't stay up very
Exactly.
long.
Exactly. I mean, it's like they got it programmed in. We're 2 months out from, 2 payments left on the phones. And now they're starting to, like, hers ain't working, you know.
What? Dave says, you're good. Apparently it's her phone.
Yeah, it's her phone, yeah.
No lagging.
Okay, yeah, now her phone is dinking up. She can't even read the questions.
Apparently, absolutely happens to my phone 90 days before end of contract.
Oh, I'm telling you, they got the program life in on this stuff. They got us wired in. I'm telling you.
Let's see. All right. Oh, Dan says hi, Buck.
Hello. Time is it?
8:44.
8:44. All 15 minutes left. You guys get your questions in. Smash that like button. Buy a t-shirt. Support the channel. Send a gift. Do whatever you want to do. Send me some stuff. I got my P.O. boxes in there. If you guys got extra bits and pieces, I mean, even if it's the T-handles, anything you just got that's been on the shelf forever that you're not going to use, put it in a box. Send it to me. I'd be very appreciative. Very, very. Because, you know, you can never have too many parts, you know. Oh, you should see the look I just got on that one. But, you know, that's one thing. One thing I did with the new shop, it's going to have a 10-foot by 40-foot long lean-to on the back, which all the stuff that's sitting on the outside of the garage that she hates is going to be undercover, out of sight, where nobody sees it. Plus, I have a place to park the lawnmower and not in the garage. I love you, baby.
Me too.
I can hear the beagles.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, I do have a question. How big a cam do you guys think I should put in the new motor? Because that's the only thing I got to buy. I got to buy a cam. I got everything else. I haven't bought the cam. What size do you think I should put in this new motor with everything new on it. Which will tell me what I got to do. I got to buy a cam and the spring and the rebuild kit for the heads. Once I get imported.
Let's see. I have a bunch of problems with my phone. Either pauses or it would freeze up.
That's what Christina's doing right now. She's getting a spinning wheel of death. Actually, she said there was nothing coming through on the comments.
Okay. TLC says, y'all have a good night. Hope to get my new my motor broke in this weekend. I'll keep you posted.
Yes.
Mama
Let me know how it goes.
means small block Chevy. Few more, you'll have the lingo down.
Yep.
I doubt it, but okay. I still have my Nova 3 Iron Nova 320E OB1 and 1 and 3. I mean 2. Sorry, I don't know what I'm talking about, guys. How long do you want it to run?
What?
Your motor, I guess.
Oh, I don't know until I have to build another one.
Summit 1103 have big. Do you want it? I suppose.
1103, is that like the 292 duration with 480 lift? Is that the 1103? I think the one that I put in that one is the 1106, which is a split duration, heavier on the exhaust. Is it a single duration, same on exhaust and intake?
Okay, let's see here. Have you ever reheated a differential, and how hard is it to do for a rookie?
It's not. It's really not. It's like there's lots of videos out there to do it. I mean, I got it right there, and I'm going to do a 12 bolt. I need to get on the table. I mean, it's just been a crazy month, and I thought August was going to be a little bit more relaxed, but August turned out to be even crazier than July. So, but I got a 12 bolt sitting right there, a posi. I got a posi in the frame that's going to be coming in, that one of these motors is going to go in. I'm going to get a video out of how to redo new bearing savers, races, axles pulled, posi rear end, the whole 9 yards. I'm gonna do a video about it. I just haven't pulled the trigger on it yet. It's been nuts here at Slater Residence. It really has. With everything going on. So we're going to get to it. Just haven't got to it yet.
The scan code tool.
What about the scan code tool? The Innova. That's a nice piece of equipment. I mean, that is not a cheap piece of equipment. That's a nice. Kenny went through it stem to stern. That's a nice piece. And if you got anything like newer, like she has an Edge and I have my truck, and it's a very useful piece of equipment. And the great thing about Innova is that you can do it car to car to car to car to car. It's not just designed for one that you have. You can have 50 cars in your, and it'll work all of them without having to download anything. It's all in there in the system. My son says, since he's working at dealership, he says it's as close to a dealership type tablet code reader that you can get for just your DIY guys. It's a nice piece of equipment. I got it in the toolbox right now. And on the one that when I go in there and we edit, there'll be a link to it. in the description for that, if you'd like to look at it. And I don't know if you guys know, but instead of also on top of being a Amazon, having, you know, be able to sell things on Amazon, I'm now an Amazon influencer. I make little 32-minute videos for Amazon also. And I'll put a link to the storefront for that when I do the editing when we get done with this live tonight. So it'll be in all my listings after the fact. But it's a really cool little process. I mean, it's just the things that I use and things that I recommend, and you guys can check it out. Being an Amazon influencer is kind of a cool little deal. It's not as cool as YouTube, but Amazon influencer is pretty cool. Do you guys have any questions? She's checking her phone to see if it's working yet. Any questions? Anything?
Nope.
Well, I have a question. How hot do you think I should build that new one? I mean, should it be just monstrously hot, or because it's a 40 over, which is going to be about a 356 cubic inch with cast pistons. I'm gonna file the rings a little bit wide, so just in case I can run a plate system on it, nitrous, because even with cast pistons, you can still run nitrous on cast pistons. A smaller system, you just got to remember that the steel rings expand faster than the aluminum, so you got to give a little bit more space for the gap on the rings, as opposed to, you know, just putting it just a stock rebuild. So, but
Curtis says rebuild a differential is an awesome idea. Raymond says, do you like pictures of old Chevys?
Hello.
What do you think about a shop size 80 by 100?
That's big.
In your shop.
80 by 100.
Yeah,
Okay,
80.
read it again.
What do you think about a shop size 80 by 100?
80 by 100 is a big freaking shop. I'm doing 30 by 40. But this shop is 30 by 20. Okay. So when the roof goes up, I'm tripled my floor space. As soon as the roof goes up, it goes into dry. And that'll give me enough space, because the ceiling is going to be 12-foot ceilings, 12-foot walls with a 15 foot 9-inch peak in the center, which gives me enough room to get a lift, because I'm getting sick and tired up and down on off my knees, off my back, onto the, you know, up and down, up and down. You know, I would love to just lift it up about eye level and just go to work. Body work and everything involved.
Rail says, I'm picking up my block from the machine shop tomorrow. Hope to assemble this weekend.
Nice. Let me know. I mean, send me a message. Let me know how it turns out. Or if you have any questions, or if you need any help, just email me, send me a message through YouTube, whatever. I'm more than happy to help.
John says 50 plus lift. You start to thread the life. Tell me I'm wrong. Built racing with less.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, for the street, about 480 is about the biggest I go, because then you don't have to pin or drill and pin heads and stuff like that. 480 is now. I watched a video today about a guy that's got a big block that's got like 800 plus lift, and he was trying to rotate the rotating assembly, the the crank and the rods and pistons, and he had one set of rocker arms on it, and it was bouncing because there was so much spring pressure. It was bouncing the crank back. He would turn it and would just whoop, turn right back because of the spring pressure. I mean, if you're not drag racing, you're not driving on the street, okay. But I'm going to enjoy all these cars and all these motors, and I'm not going to build anything just specifically for the drag strip. Unless I just somehow, a miracle happens and I get rich. Because racing costs money. Serious racing costs serious money, which I don't have. That's why I built, street cars and stuff that's fun on the street. So 480 is about the highest I'm going to go. Unless one day I decide to go with a roller cam, But right now, 465, 480 is the most lift I'm going to run.
Jason said, I bought a TCI fast gate shifter after seeing you install one in a video.
They're nice. She hated it. Presley hated it. I've been running mega shifters and quicksilvers and everything for decades. I knew how to work it, but you put something like that in a truck, and if it's off the column and you put it on the floor, it drives everybody nuts. Nobody knows how to work it. I didn't have any problems, but they hated it. But I love a ratchet shifter just for fun. It's just so much fun, but they hate it. So it's like the Mustang, she's getting a stock shifter, stock this, stock that, because she does not appreciate, having to pull a trigger and pull it back and get it and ratchet. She doesn't. No, it's going to be stock when it comes to pulling gears on it.
Marvin says middle of the ground sounds good with decent power.
Yeah. 350, 375 horsepower is a lot of fun on the street because you can run pump gas. You ain't worried about breaking parts. It have a long life on it. Just enjoy it forever. Yeah. I mean, I did my racing thing, I bracket raced it. I tried to go fast, and it's just nothing but expensive, and it's hard on parts, and it's hard on cars, and it's hard on everything to try to push as much as you can out of something instead of just building something that's nice and perky and fun and last for a long time. Yeah, no, I'll be building street cars for the rest of my life, unless, like I said, somehow I get rich, because that's the only way you're going to compete is if you got a deep pocket. And I've never, all my life, I've worked really hard all my life, and I've never had really serious deep pockets, because racing, whatever kind of racing you do, racing costs money, a lot of money.
Mike says, build what you can afford. My garage is 30 by 30 and too small. I want a 50 by 60. Morel says, my shop is 30 by 40, plenty big for me.
Well,
cool.
And also where I built it, and you guys have seen, if you've seen the video, you've seen where I built it. I left space. I've got plenty of space to add on in the future if I need to. So I got 4 acres, and I've got plenty of space to put more and more and more on if I need to in the future. But right now we're just starting with 30 by 40 with a 10-foot lean-to on the back, and we're going to do what we can do about it. Start whooping ass. Start building cars, doing some side work.
Dan says, I know that pain of getting off the floor. I've been there. I start working on cars at age 12, and now I'm 47, thinking about getting the lift to go easy on my back.
I didn't want to say anything, but this weekend I turned 57 on the 24th. That's my birthday. I turned 57, and 57 is the age where I'm getting up because I need a different socket or I need a different wrench. It's hard. You do that for a couple hours, you're wore out. It's getting down ain't the part, it's getting back up. So That's why I'm really looking forward to a lift. I'm thinking about getting a small 4-foot scissor lift for in here for body work for the Mustang and stuff. But I'm getting a 4.4 post, 5.5 foot lift for the new garage, because that's the reason to build it, is to be able to have the space to do that in. And I'm really looking forward to it, because when you're going to come out here and do 5, 6, 8 hours of work on your hot rod, then you're going to be up and down, up and down, up and down. And I haven't taught John Henry the difference between a ratchet and a wrench and a screwdriver and what size sockets are. When he gets to be about 4 or 5 years old and he can, go get grandpa a 1/2-inch socket, that's going to be great. But right now I'm doing it on my own, and so it sucks getting up and down at 57.
Speaking of TCI shifters, I'm looking for the plastic trim for a TCI Street Fighter number 2. If anybody has or seen one available, please message me. Project HQ.
Yep. Project Headquarters?
Yeah.
What's the guy's name?
That's what it says.
And okay. All right. As I was saying, he is our new guy. He just put his first new video out. Show him some love. Look his channel up. Put a link in the description for your channel so that we can all show you some love. I mean, I subscribed today. Watch the video. He's doing really good. I mean, give him some love, guys. He's one of us. Been doing it all his life. His son runs dirt track. He's a good guy. I really like him. And one of these days, from everyone on the East Coast, we're going out and having a steak, and I'm buying him a beer. I'm telling you, he's a good guy. Check out his stuff.
Let's see here. Thank you, sir, Jason. Merle says I did the Edelbrock RPM cam with AFR heads tunnel ram.
Love my tunnel rams. I love my tunnel rams. Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong. It blew my mind when I looked the numbers up with the intake video, that it actually has better street ability than a Team G or like a Victor Pro. It blew my mind, the RPM range with a tunnel ram, and it explained a lot to me that it just didn't make sense to me in my head when I had the several that I've had, how well they were on the street, how docile they were compared to like a Team G. But it explained a lot about the RPM range when it comes to them. But yeah, no, love my tunnel ramps. Ain't nothing cooler than a couple of carburetors sticking out of a hood. Nothing cooler.
Okay.
Maybe a blower. Maybe a 671, an old school YNs, or BDS, blower drive services, 671 with a couple of twin 4s on it, with a big nasty scoop on top of it, sucking air. Yeah. But I love my tunnel ramps.
Jason said he put his the TCI Fastgate shifter on his 1950 Studebaker. How many horses can you put in a 262 V8? See,
that's the whole thing. The smaller displacement you get, the harder it is to get horsepower. I mean, it really is. You're not going to get a lot of torque either. I mean, those are designed for really light cars, standard transmissions with a lot of gears. Okay. And this is also back when, speed limit was 55 miles per hour, not 70, 75, or 85. Okay. Like the toll roads and stuff. I mean, it was a whole different era. But I mean, you're going to be hard pressed. You're going to really get any kind of good number out of that less of a displacement. You're going to spend tons of money, and you're still not going to hit what you could with like a decent small block Chevy. It's just not. It's just, you're kind of, I mean, yeah, the coolness of them, because those motors will just rep and rep and rep. They'll do thousands of RPMs, more than a 350 or a 400 small block or a 435 small block or whatever. They'll just sing RPM wise, but they don't make a lot of power. That's why you need the standard transmission to be able to flash it and pull the clutch, and a lot of gear on the back end to get anything light moving.
Let's see. Marvin says, have a good night. John says, good for a 420, 428 with a long love the sound. I've lived. What do y'all do? I like, and what do y'all like? Good luck.
I appreciate that very much. And yeah, like I said, you guys, I really look forward to this all week long. I really do. I mean, it's like sitting down with all your friends. What?
David says, I need to borrow my spring compressor. LOL. Bring it to work tomorrow.
Okay, I can do that. Sit on the pegboard right now.
Okay, and Rail says, I'm 64 and I brought a lift, then built the shop around it. Let's see here. Rail says, going to be 56 Bel Air.
Nice. I like Tri-5s. I really do. I really do. I mean, that's one of my bucket lists. I have several bucket lists. I have a 70 to 72 Malibu or Chevelle. I have a 55 to 57 Chevy. I mean, I have several that I've never had that I want to have. I want to have a Stingray Corvette convertible. The flat ass ones, with the wing on the back, convertible or a hard top that can pull it off. With the chrome strip on the front nose and the little baby bumper on the back with the round taillights. I think sitting right with the right rims, with a good motor, with a 4-speed, like red with a black interior with a 4-speed, that would be hoss. Never had a Corvette, never had a Chevelle. I had a 67 Chevelle. But I haven't had a 70 or a 72, which I would love to have. And like I said, yeah, Tri-5. I would love a 55.
Let's see here. Buck needs a lift sponsor.
Absolutely.
And let's see here. Dan says, when get to see you guys work on a Chevy 4x4 square body?
Well, see, that's another one on the to-do list. I've been on Marketplace here lately looking. But right now, my priority is just getting that building up in the dry. This spring, there's going to be lots of things for sale, tax return time for, and so, a four-wheel drive, Kenny wants to build a four-wheel drive. And so, yeah, no, that's coming. I just haven't done it yet. Because his 79 was a four-wheel drive in high school. And it was damn solid truck. It really was. It lasted him junior and senior year. That's the whole point of it, was to get him something that he could beat the hell out of, for his whole while he was in high school, and it lasted. And then he sold to me, and then I sold to another friend. He sold it, and it's off and running. And you know how it goes. But no, we'll do another one. Got lots of time. Lots of years to go on that deal. Time is it?
10 after.
10 after? Okay. It's 10 after. You guys are still here. Like, share, and subscribe. Smash that button. Hit that bell. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Check out a t-shirt. Support the channel. Do whatever you want to do. I really appreciate you. I look forward to this. We're going to see you next Thursday. Don't forget, Sunday is going to be the first video on the new engine build. And then on Tuesday, I have a video about the little tool cart coming out. So you guys can check that one out. And then I'll be doing filler for the building. And as it goes up and as it goes with the footings and the concrete and everything with the new building, I'll be making those videos and putting those up too. And those are usually going to go on Tuesdays. All right. So I appreciate you guys.
Desert says, I have a 72 L48 2-bolt bore, 30 over. I'm going to start on it. Has original 993 heads.
Those are good heads.
Going to put it in my dad's old 40 Chevy KD. Any thoughts on heads?
Well, if you don't want to spend the money for aftermarket, because you know there isn't anything factory cast iron that's going to outflow even the entry aluminum heads these days that's on the market. AFR, Brodix, Edelbrock. You know, there's no factory head that's going to outperform those. There are some cheaper ones out there. I mean, Eric Weingartner has a channel. He's out of Oklahoma City, and he is a head porter. And he has a video about, I can't remember the name of the company, but they're like, you can buy a set of heads for like $1,400, fully machined, flow great. They, I can't remember the name of the company. It's not Edelbrock, it's not Brodix, but it's a separate company that they buy castings from China, and they work them themselves. But they got good quality materials. I'm thinking about spending the dime for a set of those, but they don't have a lot of stock. You basically got to go to the website and go put on a waiting list for whenever they show up, and they machine them and they fix them from China, and they make sure that they're right. And they flow just as good as AFRs, and they're a third of the price.
Skip White.
They're 2/3 of the price. They're a third cheaper than like a out of the box AFR.
Skip White.
Yes. You're absolutely right. Yep, that's the guy. So, I mean, I've looked up his website, and like I said, there's a waiting list for heads. But I mean, it is what it is. I mean, you can get a base like 180 or 195 cc AFRs, and they're not cheap, but they're not super expensive, not for a small block. And so I'm gonna finish porting out the 882s, one of the sets of 82s I have, put new springs on everything. But if I had the dime, I'd buy a set of those. I'd get on the waiting list and just get a set coming, because they're just so choice. They're just so really a good set of heads, and right, just they flow great, and they're 2/3 the price of AFRs. But that's for another discussion. We're going to call it a night. I need to do some editing. I want to get this thing all done up so I can get it posted for tomorrow for on the channel. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. If you haven't supported, please think about supporting. I appreciate all you guys. We're going to call it a night. Been a long week. We're hoping for a nice restful weekend. She's rolling her eyes. Anyways, but I'm going to start on that, and I'm going to clean up the crankshafts and mic it out and make sure I got the right bearings for it. If I need to, I'll have to order some bearings if I need to do some 10 unders or whatever they are. And but we're going to start on that one. I started another one, and I haven't forgot about that one. But right now, I'm just having a lot of fun, and we're just using it for filler while we get the building done. So y'all have a good night. Appreciate all you guys, and I feel like all you guys are my friends now. So any questions you got, throw me an email, throw me a message through the YouTube channel, whatever you want to do. I mean, I will, guys, I don't not answer anything. I'm here if you have questions. So all I got to do is send me the message, and I will answer you. All right? Y'all be good.